All right, guys. So got a lot of stuff on my mind this morning, been doing a lot of reading, been doing a lot of studying, and I wanted to have somebody, as always, bring us out on the field on this beautiful, beautiful Monday morning. I'm actually going to turn over to Clarissa. Clarissa, if you could, please take the team out on the field. Now, here's how you do this. Imagine you're bringing everybody out for a game. Imagine everybody is in the huddle before you go back on the second quarter. Imagine this is your fourth quarter opportunity to get the team hyped up. No pressure at all, but that's really what I'm looking for. So Clarissa, I'm going to turn it over to you. Bring this team out on the field on this beautiful, beautiful Monday morning, October 24th.
Okay, so good morning, everybody. You know, today's Monday morning. It was hard for me to get up this morning, but I woke up. I'm putting in the time to better myself and be around you lovely people. And let's put the work in today.
Ooh, I love this. I love this. How many people believe that they are a morning person? Please raise your hand if you are a morning person. All right. Give me a reaction on the screen below if you are not a morning person. All right, cool, cool. I love this. You guys, there was a point in my life where I was not a morning person. I don't know if it's age. I don't know if whatever it is, but the older I get, the earlier I wake up. And I tell you what, there's so much power in the morning. If I got up at 7:30, I would feel like there were so many things that I was missing out on. But there was a time where it was normal, 7:30, 8 o'clock, even on the weekend, sleep in a little bit. But I'll tell you what, God, there's power in that stillness of the morning, like that first cup of coffee, that first glass of water. Like I absolutely love, love, love the morning. So let's go ahead and get rolling, you guys. Have some thoughts for today, and I want to reflect on a couple things today, and I want to put some things into perspective. But before I get started, I want to talk to Adrian. Adrian, I know you got your mic on. You've already done your HIIT workout for this morning. Adrian made a choice. Now, Adrian's been a great producer in our business for quite some time, but she made a choice a few months back, and her choice was to take her business to the next level, to attend more events, to go and be around more people, to network in more spaces. And since that commitment, I have seen her business completely take off, her video creation, to what she's spending on going to these events and being in these rooms so she can grow. So Adrian, it looks like you're fumbling for the mic to get plugged in. Do you have an opportunity just to talk really quick, high level view about what's happened in the last 3 months in your business?
Yes. So, I mean, I've just been really focusing on my business growth. I've been in the business since 2005. I've had, I started, 2005 when my son was born, and now he's a senior in high school. So, I mean, I've seen the market crash. I've seen it go back up, and now we're in a recession. So, along the way as well, I mean, I've had properties that I owned and I had to short sell them. And, I had to get rid of some properties, or I didn't hold on to some of my properties for too long. So there's just been a lot of things that I've been thinking about, on my journey of real estate. And I definitely know now that I'm in the right place with Team Fast. I've been spending a ton of money this month. I mean, I did spend a lot. I sat down with Raquel Quinnett, which is Kenny and Elias's coach. And then I spent some time with Neil Dingra, who is a video content creator on Instagram. And, we have everything. We have everything that we need to scale our businesses with Team Fast. So that's what I've been learning. And we just have to really focus on our businesses where we are the employee. We're our first employee. So when I think about that, I feel like I'm harder on an employee than I am on myself. Like it's easier for me to make excuses. So I know that Elias is he's just a really good coach. Kenny really set us up to win in this business. So we just have everything that we need. That's really what I'm learning about all the events that we're in. And we can do it for free on Instagram. you have to get on video. Really, you have to get on video. Please download Big View, the Big View app. It has the teleprompter to help you, because I forget my lines. I'm getting older, and I'm just, I just don't remember stuff. So that's what I do. I put like all my scripts on Big View, and then I get all dolled up for the day, and you don't have to get all dolled up. Girls, all you need is your eyelashes and lipstick. Right? All you need is your eyelashes and lipstick. That's what I'm learning.
Guys, we don't need anything.
Yeah, you guys don't need anything. I even do it with the hat on. You just really be yourself. And that's what I'm learning too.
Let me ask you a question, Adrienne. Like, what is the clear intention right now? You obviously made a choice to attend more events. I remember your very first real estate event. Now you've been a ton since, but like, what is your intention right now? Clear intention.
I just want to better myself. I just want to be a better version of myself. Like I said, I'm 47 years old. I have nothing to lose. I'm only getting older. I look at my life and I'm like, I did pretty good. I've always been a top producer in every field that I've been in. I just have insecurities, but like Elias is such a good coach, and you guys all inspire me. Like I have to be on these calls. Like I have to be on these calls to move my business forward. I have to work out. Like that's like, I have to work out just because I need that time by myself, so I could just reflect on my business. And what I do while I'm working out is I'm listening to podcasts.
Yes.
And then sometimes I put on the music and I'm dancing in front of the mirror and everything, to pump myself up, and because I love dancing. But from just the events that I'm learning, from the people that I'm meeting, like we all just want to be better. We want to be a better version of ourselves. It's not about like making money. It is about making money, of course, but it all comes when you just work on yourself. And I said, and you probably all know this, I went to therapy, and that was a game changer for my business as well, because I had a lot of insecurities and just stuff that I was holding on to. And, and it's all in our heads. It really is. It's all in our heads. And, I don't know. We're all set up. For sure. We're all set up being with Team Fast, and we just need to perfect our, whatever it is. We need to put some time in ourselves, and that's what Team Fast does for us. So
I love this. And Adrienne, if you guys aren't following Adrienne, make sure to give her a follow. She is pushing out tons and tons of content, and she is surrounding herself with some of the content builders, our content creators in the entire industry. But I'm glad that you said put in the work, because it really coincides with the message for today. And I want you guys to truly, truly reflect. But before we do so, as we talk about intention, it being Monday, it being the start of the week, it's saying, here's my clean slate. Here's my new opportunity to go and book myself appointments to get in front of as many people as I possibly can. What is your intention for this week? If you guys can, write that down somewhere where you have it, where you can reflect to it, and then put that in the chat below. I want to know, and I want you to share with your brothers and sisters, what is your clear intention for this week? Bite-sized chunks. I'm not talking from now to the end of the year. I'm talking right now, this week. What are you set on? What is your clear intention for this week? Last week, I told you guys to lean into more accountability buddies. Get some homies, not just 1, 2, 3, have a group of people. And I got tagged in a group chat this morning that I didn't know that even existed. So Kia, do you want to tell me what happened and how you developed this accountability group, and like who's in it and what it is for the people that don't know, or maybe we're not here on Friday?
It actually started, it's me, Melissa, Sophia, and Hennessy. And it started by being in the office last week with you. And we just had like a good time. We were there working script, having masterminds, and it was like, let's continue. And so Hennessy, after we all left from the office, me, Hennessy, and Melissa went and had dinner and had like a drink. And me and Hennessy spent the whole weekend together, like open houses, getting up. She's like, what are you doing today? I'm like, I don't have an open house. Next thing I know, I got a showing. I'm on my way to the showing. And we just dive in and the text messages like, let's go, motivational, like meet at the office. Let's do something. Let's do some triple plays. Let's call. Hennessy came over. I cooked her dinner. And it's just, she really filled my cup up so much. Thank you for the opportunity for sharing, because I feel amazing. And I had went through growing pains this weekend. And when I say they hurt, so I was like very emotional. But Hennessy and like Maria, they were there. I called them, and Hennessy coming over and just really having an agent sit at my kitchen table with me. It was so much easier just to get it done. And she's just like, what we got going on? It was like so bomb. And so mind you, I'm like an emotional wreck, but just having another realtor here and just one of my teammates here, and just we got on live and we just was having a good time. And I'm so happy. Like my cup is so full. I got so much to pour out, and I'm just so grateful and thankful.
God,
Yeah.
I love this. You guys, here's the thing. And Hennessy, Maria, Sophia, I see what you guys are doing. This is an amazing, amazing group. But here's the thing, you guys, get yourself a couple accountability people. Get you the people that say, no matter what, get up, girl. I'm coming to your house. I'm gonna get you out of that. I'm gonna give you a big old hug, and then we're gonna go out and make things better. Like, get you some people in your corner that are truly, truly rallying around you. Griselda, Stephanie, Alejandro, Romel, Clarissa, like whoever you guys are, get yourself more than one person, because that's what's needed right now. So let's talk about this, you guys. I want to do some reflection. I'm going to share some slides with you guys really quick. But before I do so, doing some reading over the weekend, and I want to share this with you guys, and we're going to do a quick analysis in just a couple minutes. But while we're doing that, make sure to light up the chat below, clear intentions for the week. That way I can share them later on in the call. So let's talk about preparation and what's going to set you guys up for success in this business right now, as well as in the coming months. Let's talk about Michael Phelps. Everyone, it's safe to say everyone knows who Michael Phelps is. If you don't know who Michael Phelps is, he's I don't know how many medals, 23 gold medals that he won from swimming. So check this out. Put some things into perspective. So he swam approximately 80,000 meters per week during his 18 years of Olympic training. Let me say that one more time, you guys. 80,000 meters per week during his 18 years of Olympic training. That's over 74 million meters of swim practice. Think about this, you guys. And I want to put some things into context here. And I actually created a slide. Don't judge me on the slide. I just created this morning. It's not the sexiest, but the point is here. So let's roll through this, you guys. And you know me, I'm not much of a slide user. So I love this quote. I remember someone saying this to me a very long time ago. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit. And that's an old quote from Aristotle. I wanted to start it out with this because this goes right into my message. So some of you guys are football fans. And ladies, I don't want to lose you in the football, but I know that there's football fans and there's sports fans, so you guys will get this analogy. Even if you are a Raider fan on this call, it's okay. It's all right. Still love you no matter what. All right. But that's not the point of this. So during an NFL game, each team will run an average of 65 offensive plays. So stay with me on this. We watch the game, we go to the game, we're eating, we're having dinner, we're having snacks, we're having nachos, we're having beers, whatever it is that you're doing. The whole entire game while watching it takes about a good hour and a half, 2 hours when you're chilling at home because of commercials, so on and so forth. But check this out. The average play from snap to whistle to the lasts approximately 5.5 seconds. Think about this. Right? You watch the play, if it's a handoff, if it's a throw, the average play is 5.5 seconds. So check this out. Using those numbers, an NFL player is actually playing football for about 6 minutes, not including the huddle, timeouts, sideline strategy, etc. So stay with me. An NFL player practices 6 days a week. And their meetings or their week consists of meetings to cover offensive strategy, strength and conditioning, training, on the field practice, files, study review, and rehab time. All of those hours, when you think about it, average out to an average of 6 minutes of actual play time. Is it worth it? And I missed an E here. And of course it is, because that's the cost of winning. Even though it's only going to be a very short amount of time on the field, think about what that outcome is. They're playing because they want to win. So they're putting in all that time for just a little bit of playtime on the field, right? We see them like, damn, these guys are running, but in actuality, 5.5 seconds is the actual time that they're on the field playing each play. Here's what I want you guys to do. I want to pause for a minute and I want you guys to write this down. I want you to write down right now, what is the approximate percentage of your day that you spend communicating and presenting? Right, so stay with me. This includes your prospecting calls. This includes your follow-up, your buyer's consultation, your listing presentation, speaking engagements, if you're grabbing the mic, if you're doing events, so on and so forth. I want you to write down approximate percentage of your day that you spend communicating and presenting, which for most, I believe that number is going to be upwards of 50, 60, 70 for some, 90%, depending on how busy your days are. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to write down the approximate of time that you are spending actually practicing. And I want to pause there for a second because there's a point behind all of this. Write down the first number, and I'll give you guys a second to do so. And then I want you guys to write down your second number. Now, I want someone to grab them and share with me what their two numbers are because I want to hear from some people. So who wants to tell me what their first number is? Alejandra, do you want to share with me your first number?
Well, I don't really communicate with people with real estate because I haven't yet started. But in my job as a paralegal, I would say more than like 60, 70%.
Cool. Cool. Awesome. Awesome. And then, so then obviously you're still new, so we'll come back to you, but I appreciate you chiming in. Griselda, let's hear from you. What's your first number? What's your second number? Griselda?
Sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry. I actually just wrote down the question, but I didn't write my number down.
All right. So what percentage of your day is spent communicating and presenting on an average? You muted yourself again.
Yeah, actually I would say that I'm not doing either right now because I'm still onboarding.
Okay. So are you making any prospecting calls? Are you knocking on doors? Are you communicating with your sphere of influence? Are you talking to anybody in the community? Are you going on social media? Any of those things?
Yeah, I do have 2 leads that I'm talking to, so I don't know if that counts.
Totally. Because why?
Okay.
Because you're communicating and presenting, right?
Right. Okay.
All right. So give me an average. Throughout the day, there's 8 hours that you're probably working, 6 hours. Well, no matter what that number is, how much time are you actually, what percentage of your time are you actually spent presenting and communicating?
I would probably say like 15%.
Okay. And then on the other number, what is your other number? When we talk about how much time you're actually practicing, what is that percentage?
Practicing, it'd probably be a little bit lower. Right now I'm just reading a lot. So I haven't started practicing yet.
All right. And so just so I understand, what are you practicing or what are you reading?
Reading role scripts and my sales mastery.
All right, perfect.
Consultation, yeah.
So I want to help you take this to the next level, and this goes for everybody. And I've attended sales mastery myself, and I've practiced those scripts. The scripts are great, but if you are not practicing that on another human being and actually saying it out loud, it's not going to stick like it should. This is your time to say, all right, Tony, all right, Ben, all right, Yulri, I want to connect with you, and let's just do an impromptu script role play session, because that's when it starts to become real. You can read that, and like, obviously I'm an avid reader. I love reading, I love spending time, but I also need to practice and get those things out and say it and articulate it. So I want you to grab a buddy, grab a homie, grab an accountability person, and dive into that practicing live, and be open to the feedback, right? We're all here for help, to push each other, but be open to that support.
Absolutely. Actually, I spoke with Adrian last night, and we're doing this on Tuesday mornings.
That's
We're all script, and she's my accountability buddy too. So we have a plan in place.
Ooh, I love this. Who is it?
Adrian.
Adrian. Oh, there she is. All right. I love this. Now wait.
Yes,
Adrian's
we're
the sponsor, right?
oh yes.
I love this. Sorry, I lost Adrian. She's frozen on us. All right, cool.
Hi
So
guys.
yes, we're accountability partners, and I have all her goals on the reminder app on the iPhone. If you guys don't have that, I love that app as well. I put all you could create lists. So I create my brainstorm, or what is it? The brain dump list.
Yeah.
And then I have Griselda's, all her goals on there as a checklist with the due date and all that. So yes, we're totally we're gonna make things happen next
I
year.
love this. I absolutely love it. You might want to check your internet too, Adrian. I think you got the Carmen internet. It's a little bit delayed, but it's all good. I could hear you, but the video was a little bit delayed. All right, let's go to a couple other people and hear your guys' numbers. Jeff, in the middle of your burpees, big dog, I know that you're working out, you're getting it in this morning. Jeff, tell me what your numbers are. First things first, if you look at a normal day, how much of your day is spent presenting or communicating? What is that approximate percentage if you were to give me a number?
I would say about 5%. It's not big.
Okay.
For talking to people. Practicing is where I need to get better at.
So your number is lower for practicing than the 5%?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, all right.
I did have some things. I'm not gonna hold it as an excuse. You know what family's been going through lately, but that's changing. That's
Okay.
changing.
All right.
It's changing. It's going to be, and I know how it's going to change and all the steps, because you can't just give you it's going to change and then not give you also the steps too.
That's right, big dog. I appreciate you. Once again, man, we are sending love and light to your mom. Good news for her. And if you need anything from us, let us know. Yulri, let's go over to you. And here's the thing, you guys. I want you to understand this, and I want you to really, really grasp this. This is why this practice is super, super important. If the first number is low, what does that tell you about your business? Go ahead and chime in, you guys. If the first number is low, what does that tell you about your business? I need to hear you guys. Somebody take themselves off of mute. You're not in business, or you need to improve. What else, you guys? What does it tell you about your business?
You're not prioritizing it.
Not prioritizing it, right? Because the bulk of your time, at least 50, 60% of your time should be spent communicating and presenting, because that's what we're doing. Your presentation could be phone skills in your community, buyer's consultation, listing consultation, all these door knocking. That's all communication, right? All right, so Yulri, let's hear from you. Tell me what your first number is and tell me what your second number is, approximate percentages.
Well, I just really got started. So I would say on average every day, it's been about 3 hours in terms of reaching out to people. I think I need to get better at that. I end up having really long conversations that eat up my day. But I need to be able to shorten them so I can reach out to more people.
Let me ask you a really quick question. So you're saying 3 hours a day that you're communicating with clients?
Not necessarily clients, because I don't have any at the moment, but my sphere of influence.
Okay,
I call or I meet up with people.
Okay. And you're saying that some of those conversations kind of take a little bit longer than hope?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anybody have that challenge where they get into this like chatty Cathy like conversation that goes on? Vanessa, raise your hand. I know some people, here's the thing, it happens, but we got to also be protective of our time and be able to like, hold on, I got to stop you. I would love to talk more about that, but I got 100 calls to make, but I just want to touch base and see how you're doing. So Yulri, tell me about the percentage of how much you're actually practicing.
It's very minimal. I mean, one, I would like to get more people to practice with. And then two, I'm not even sure like where to find the scripts at the moment. I've been watching YouTube videos of like people making cold calls and things like that, just to expose myself to that world. But yeah, I would love to get more resources on how to.
Cool. I love this. I love it. All right. So team, if you were to advise somebody in our world, not outside of our world, what should she be practicing? What manual, what should she go to as her Bible right now? Somebody share.
Mastery of best calls and Slack.
Totally. So sales mastery, if you go to Slack and you just put sales mastery, you're going to get a booklet for sales mastery. Also, you're going to find best calls channel. You can listen to the best calls channel and listen to live calls, and then scripts and templates. There's a whole channel for those things. So I highly, highly recommend that you start with sales mastery, start coming to the script role play sessions that we have every Thursday, whether it's 5 of us or 20 of us. There's some really, really good work that's coming out of those rooms. So highly, highly recommend that you start there. All right, guys.
Thanks, Elias.
Yeah, you got it. We're going to continue
Thank you.
on. Let's go to Eleni. Eleni, let's hear from you. And Ilona, I'll come to you in just a second. We'll get over to you as well, Nicole. Eleni, the tattooed realtor or the inked realtor, let me hear from you. Take yourself off of mute.
Hey.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I am well. All right. So the question is, what percentage of your day are you spending communicating and presenting? Please provide us with an average of that number.
Probably like 20%.
20%. Okay, good. That's a decent number. And then
Yeah.
how much of your time are you actually spending practicing?
Probably like a couple hours.
Okay, cool. So
Yeah.
you're leaning heavily into the practicing.
Yeah, just like a little bit, but not too much. I could do a little bit more though, but yeah,
Okay.
I'm definitely gonna get with like Kim and Dana and definitely like practice a little
Okay,
bit more.
Lenny, so let me stop you for a second. It sounded like you're spending a lot of time practicing, but then you said just a little bit. Is the number lower or higher than 20%?
Probably like maybe a little lower because I know it's probably like a couple hours. I would
Okay.
think just because like how my day is. I try to at least do like an hour or two.
That's actually really, really good. So let's not just count yourself. Let's give yourself some credit. That's really, really good. What is it that you're practicing on right now?
I read a lot of the script role plays a lot. I also listen to those best calls. So that is something that helps me, just like listening and then just observing what like the client is talking and like what the agent is saying, just to kind of hear and just like observing it basically, and then just kind of practicing by myself.
I love it. I love it. Here's the thing, you guys, don't let her be by herself. If there's someone on this call that wants to grab the mic with her, do a call, you guys do a Zoom call, whatever it is, somebody hook up with Eleni, because there's tons of people on this call, newer agents, seasoned agents, veteran agents, top producing agents, and everywhere in between. I'm sure there's someone on the call that would love to help you out. So look at V just said,
Yeah.
so Ilona, let's hear from you. You had your hand up. Let's hear from you.
I just wanted to ask, is there a sales mastery book anywhere as audio in the world of internet?
No, it doesn't exist yet.
Okay, thanks.
So sales mastery is a relatively new program. The content is not necessarily new, but Sales Mastery and Agent Academy is a relatively new program. So no. And when you go to these sessions with Bill Pipes, he makes you say it out loud over and over and over and over. And you're on your feet for 8 hours saying the same thing over and over to where your head hurts, but then it actually sticks. So unfortunately, not right now, but I believe the way that Agent Academy is heading and where John Cheplak is heading, I think that there are definitely going to be some audiobooks on this. So good question. Nicole Penland, rapid fire. Let's hear from you. Actually, let's check your audio. All right, we're going to go over to Joe Ellen. Joe Ellen, let's
Did you
hear
call
from
me?
you.
My internet went out for a second. I didn't know.
Yeah, we'll come right back to you, Nicole. Joe
Okay.
Ellen, let's hear from you.
Good morning. I think I spend about 60-20 right now. I'm really practicing my expired script, and I pretty much have it down. I've also been practicing the Carolyn Young's listing presentation that I'm basically R&Ding.
All right, so I take this as a challenge, and I love this. Thank you for stepping up, Joe Ellen. All right, so the people that have not heard your expired script, you want to run through this one time with us?
Okay.
Whew, I love this. I love this. All right, guys, saddle up, and I want you guys to listen. I want you guys to take some notes. First off, let's send her love, light, energy, right? Because here's the thing. When she said that she's practicing 20%, I already know, because I spent some time with Joe Ellen, I know where this is going and I know how well this is going to go. So let's send her love and light for actually grabbing the mic and doing this in front of all of you, because this shit is hard. So Joellen, sorry for the background noise. Silas is still home sick. He doesn't sound sick, but he is sick. All right, let's go. I want to hear this. I'm excited.
Okay, so I sent you this letter and you open it up and it's a copy of the canceled MLS sheet, right? And the picture of the house is circled in red Sharpie and the price is circled in red Sharpie. And then there's a yellow Post-it note and it says, "I know why your house didn't sell. Give me a call."
Ooh, okay. All right, so now I am calling you. Okay. All right, let's go on 3. 1, 2, 3. Hello. Yeah. Hi, Joellen. I got this letter in the mail and it said to call you because you knew why my home didn't sell. So I was calling you because every single realtor in the area is calling me and telling me the same thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And what's your name?
My name's Elias.
Oh, hi, Elias. Yeah, I'm so glad you got my letter. And yeah, what I found is that it's either one of two things. It's either exposure, which means the neighborhood realtor that you're working with didn't expose it very much. And I see right here, they actually used a cell phone to do your pictures. And
okay. Is that
yeah,
not good?
No, that's really not good. It looks like he's just marketing locally. Also, or it could be the price. Now, who chose your price? Was it you or your agent?
Well, no, it was me because we've been in this house for 20 years and I raised my kids here. And this house I've done so much cabinet work. I make custom cabinets. So yeah, I did a lot of work in this house.
I completely understand. And because you said that, what I found that most of the homes that are expiring right now has been because the agent actually didn't take the time to go over what the new market has entailed with not a lot of buyers, the interest rates going up. So they just went ahead and allowed the client to choose the price. But you're not the realtor, you're not the expert. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to come in and show you my marketing plan and how I've helped other sellers in the neighborhood. And not only that, I'm from the Bay Area. I live in your neighborhood. I rode in a crazy market, but I'm going to expose your house to the masses, down to the Bay Area. Our buyers aren't here in Cameron Park, Shingle Springs, or Folsom. Our buyers are in San Jose and San Francisco. And not only that, but I'm on a mega team and I have over 300 agents in the Bay Area and I'm their referral partner. So why don't we meet sometimes this week? Because I think I can help you out.
Yeah, I think I like everything that I'm hearing. And I liked your marketing piece. So yeah, like when you say people are coming from the Bay Area, what do you mean?
Yeah, most of the buyers up here from the Bay Area, they're selling down there and coming up here because it's a little bit more affordable for them.
Okay. All right. So what's the next step?
So I can come over. Looks like I'm available either this afternoon or maybe tomorrow morning. Would that work for you?
Yeah, tomorrow morning works good. What time?
9 o'clock?
Sure.
Wonderful. Okay, I will see you then.
Awesome. Let's pause there.
Sorry, I was a little shaky because I had too much coffee, I think.
Okay, so let's send her some love and light, you guys, on the screen. Give me an an emoji if you felt that was a really, really solid presentation. Yeah. Like a pro. Absolutely. So what I want to hear is I want to hear a couple things that you heard in the way that she articulated the message. So Romel, I would love to hear from you. I'd love to hear, what did you hear from Joellen that stood out for you? Let's hear from you, Romel, and then I want to hear from Will.
I heard confidence, that she understood the key factors that kept their house from selling. She came out with that right off the bat, just to establish that she knows what she's talking about. She's not just BSing them off the bat. That if I was listening to her, that would give me confidence that, okay, you have some specific reasons why you think my house didn't sell. Now I want to hear more.
Totally. I love this. Joellen, where did you get this script from?
Also, I would have thrown in there too that I'm a digital marketer and I advertise on Facebook. And then in my presentation, those are all laminated, the views that I get on Facebook for my ads, as well as my Instagram. But I did get this from it's called Hustle to 100. It's a Facebook group. And there's this lady named Sandy, and she was challenged by Tom Ferry to get 100 listings in 1 year. And now she's teaching us all how to do expireds. And people are blowing up. They are getting the appointments left and right. And what they're saying is that the sellers are all, yeah, our agent got really lazy over COVID. So no, they didn't market. Yeah, all they did was throw it up on the MLS. And in my area, we got a lot of old school agents up here. They are not hustling. They are not marketing to the Bay Area. They are not digital marketers, and the houses are sitting. So I'm kind of like a face of, a fresh breath of air, I guess.
Absolutely, 100%. And I absolutely love this. So what you'll hear, if you guys look at the sales mastery, and if you have this script, share it with me. I would love to put it in the Slack channel, or feel free to put it in there. But there's some continuity in both the scripts. Some of the lines that she said were like spot on from that book. I want to hear from Will. Will, what were some things that you heard from Joellen that sounded really, really well? You've been in the game for a long time. I want to hear from you, brother. What are some things that you heard her say and do right on that call?
Well, essentially, she knows how to project what her sustainable competitive advantage is, right? What is your unique ability? Right now, people that are doing the old things are not getting steam. I'm not interested in hearing from someone right now if they don't have new techniques. You're an old agent. That old game isn't really exciting for people. And I think that as we have the majority of homeowners now are starting to be more of our age, our social media type of use, a little hipper, I would say, homeowner is going to be attracted to the way that she speaks. So she knows what she's doing, especially if you're calling on expireds. You're trying to take market share from people who don't know how to do what the people on this call are the best at, right? There's a reason why FAST is the top producing team in the country for EXP. There's new technology and new methods, and Joellen's on the front end of that. So I really liked it.
Joellen, really, really good stuff. I mean, here's the thing. Let's go back to the percentages. Do you guys believe, and can you hear, and can you feel that she has practiced this behind the scenes, right? When you think about the hours that she is spending articulating this, sharing with her husband, talking to her kids, like going over this in the mirror, how much time that she actually spends practicing this, when she actually gets to the table, how long is that going to be? Maybe 30 minutes, right? Maybe an hour. How long is that phone call? Well, if she does a really good job and books that appointment, it's probably going to be less than 2 minutes, but her practicing, her dissecting of it, her understanding the flow, where the marketing is going to, how she separates herself. It's all these different things that are put into this one presentation that happens very quick, very quick. So that 20%, it shows. It shows. Jeff Phillips, you had your hand up, big dog. Let's hear from you.
I think she did an amazing job. I think also something that would provide like security that she said to the seller was, I know where your buyers are coming from, especially if, like she said, and I know where she's talking about like El Dorado Hills, it is a lot of the old school agents that kind of just put it up, market it, and the sellers believe, oh, well, I must be marketing to my neighborhood. Someone's going to come from my neighborhood and buy it. But it's like, actually, based off of what Joellen's saying, the statistics are saying that they're coming from San Jose and they're coming from San Francisco, because they do get, for a $1.2 million house, they're going to get a lot more house than they would in those areas compared to like a 3-1. And they're getting like a big ass mansion with a whole bunch of front yard and backyard. So like that part right there, being able to say like where your buyers are coming from, and I know how to articulate, and then I know how to market and have the team for it. That was amazing.
Yeah, you know what? I loved how you said the mega team. A lot of times people misuse that and say, well, I'm on the largest team in the Bay Area, and if I'm not available, one of my team members. That's not really how this works, right? How this works is being able to have a community of people that have their own community of buyers, that have leads. When we think about our leads in our system, there's probably over 100,000 leads that are in all of the databases combined. So what does that mean? That you leverage the team, you leverage your marketing, you know that 35% of all people that have moved to Sacramento in the last 2 years came from the Bay Area. So she was targeted with her message. Like I was in from the moment you started speaking, but this comes.
Yeah, in my Facebook ads, it shows where I target San Jose, San Francisco, and it also shows them clicking on it, how many clicks, how many views. So not am I just articulating it, but I'm actually showing the data. I have the value to show it to them. And at the end of the day, it's all about numbers. I want to get to as many of these expired as I can, because I might not close every one, but it was experience for me to make myself better. And yeah, I just need a couple, you know, so.
Let me ask you a question. How long, so did you work expired before you knew this script?
No, so I basically took a weekend out, went over this lady's marketing marketing plan for expireds. I watched it. I went back, rewatched it. I listened verbatim, word by word. I ordered everything they said to order. The sticky notes that were made at Vistaprint looks like it's handwritten with my ink. You know, my handwritten is what it looks like. I got the envelopes that they said to get these beautiful colored envelopes. I got the gel pens that I'm going to write the addresses with my return address so they can see I'm a local neighborhood realtor. My phone number has a Bay Area phone number on it. You know what I mean? They're going to be able to go, oh, she has a Bay Area, but she lives here. Okay. Those are all like little factors that are going to get me in the door even faster. So.
Wow. This is really, really next level, you guys. But here's the thing. So how long ago did you start practicing this? Give us some numbers. Give us some
this is probably for 3 weeks now.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, guys. 3 weeks. Like 3 weeks.
And I think Adrian invited me to this group. Somebody, I want to thank them because I don't know who did it, but somebody invited me to the Household 100 group and I just ran with it.
Yeah, it was me. Because I'm part of Tom Ferry. But yeah, it's really good. If you guys are on Facebook, we'll add you to the group. I'm doing the same thing. So
yeah, I've been adding a lot of people.
Yeah, just consistently doing it every day, the CMA a day. But I've been doing like, 10 during the weekend.
Yeah.
Do you guys think, let me ask everybody a question. Like 3 weeks ago, she didn't have this. Now, look at where she is now. It's obviously sounds great. It can even get better as she grows and grows and grows. But do you think that each of you on this call could do the same presentation that Joellen just did? Please raise your hand if you believe that. All it's going to take is you guys deciding, you know what? I'm going after this and I'm going to become masterful at this. I'm going to become masterful at this because we are in a market where we're seeing more of this, right? Some of you right now are door knocking, you're doing open houses, and I want to commend you for that. Well, if you're door knocking the right way, like you should for every single open house that you do, what's going to happen? You're going to get somebody that says, yeah, we're actually thinking about selling our home. These are two areas where most agents aren't ready for it. So what do? You practice and you stay ready for it. I know how to do a listing presentation. I know how to book for a expired listing presentation. Like I know these things because I'm practicing. I believe with certainty and conviction, I could put a buyer in front of each of you guys and you could do a solid buyer's consultation. I think that's step one, right? That's 101. These are some more advanced methods, but I tell you what, you guys, this is what's winning right now. And it's winning at such a high level. I remember years and years ago, expired were the thing. Now it's become more prevalent in our market. So Joellen, absolutely love this. Anybody else have any feedback or any thoughts on that presentation? All right, cool. Nicole, let's hear from you.
It wasn't on the presentation. Earlier, I wanted to ask, we were talking about our resources. So the level up session, I know that the script role play has moved to Zoom. Is the level up session still in person or is that moving to Zoom too? Just curious, because that's like prime pickup from school hours.
Zoom as well. All right, perfect. All right, let's hear from one other person. I want to hear what your percentages are, and then we'll kind of wrap up the room for today. But Ilona, you had your hand up and Jeff had your hand up. Were those old hands or were those new hands? All right, cool. We're going to keep cruising then. Vanessa, I want to hear from you really quick. Vanessa Vo, what was your percentage of how much time you actually spent presenting and communicating with clients? And then what was your percentage of how much time you're actually spending practicing?
Good morning, guys.
Good morning, sunshine. How we doing?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Well.
Perfect, perfect. So for my percentage, I probably spend about 40 to 50% of my day, speaking to clients, reaching out, doing my follow-ups, and then practicing. I'd say about the same. If I'm not talking to them, I'm either practicing or prepping to talk to them.
I love this. I love such high numbers. And like, when you think back of the last, just take the last 3 months, what's an area, a script, a presentation that you feel that you have gotten so much better in? Like, if you could look at your business, what is one area where you've seen a dramatic change in the way that you communicate with consumers? Vanessa.
My biggest struggle was setting the appointment at the time that I meet them, especially at open houses. So now, yeah, if I feel any type of rapport, literally I go for it. And if, worst cases, they say, no, not this day, but before they leave, I still get a date and time where I set the appointment.
Beautiful. And how did you learn how to do that? How did you get better at setting the appointment?
Just pretty much showing up to the script roles, group coaching. I figured that was one of my, biggest gap was, yeah, I can build this great rapport in front of them, but what happens after that? And literally it was just, again, attending the group coaching calls, figuring out that was, one of my weaker points. And once, I figured that out, yeah, things started to pretty much, skyrocket it for me.
You know what, Vanessa, I saw your guys' weekend event, you, Michael, and Moss. Can you tell everyone a little bit about what that was? You guys were out there with wagons delivering a bunch of stuff. Can you tell us what that was? Because it looked like it was a hit.
Yeah, so guys, pretty much it was just, we got together and we figured, like, how are we going to stay consistent in front of this specific neighborhood? We're pretty much trying to target River Islands because it's very luxury to be in River Islands. And a lot of the homeowners there are, they have quite a good amount of equity. So we figured, let's, invite them to our Halloween block party. But how do we make it fun so that it's not the same boring flyer that's, not that our flyer is boring. I just didn't want to keep using the same piece of marketing to, bore them. So I was like, let's do, let's figure out what kind of a contest that way that, they are willing and more comfortable to participate. So in that CMA bag, it was some big giant candy bars. It was a market update and then a pumpkin coloring contest. Along with a QR code just attached to a high note to, for one, invite them to our Halloween party. The pumpkin coloring contest is in there. It was a video about me and Michael. Moss hasn't had one yet, but we're still working on it. And then just another piece, just little bits and pieces of a buying and selling process. And then our senior community event. So all of that was in our high note. That way, people can browse at their leisure and, still have a piece of information, but also something fun attached to it.
I love this. I love this. Can you send me the QR code or send me the
high note link?
High note link. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it. So you guys, you had a question, Joellen. How did they submit their coloring contest?
So I created a Google Doc, and with that Google Doc, there's a link attached into our high note. So once you go to high note, you click on that Google Doc, it'll just have a space for them to enter their information, their name, their phone number, address. And I put for address, this is just for your price drop off so that it's not super invasive. And then from there, there's also a spot that they can upload a file.
Like next level. I love this. Here's the thing, you guys. Let's kind of come full circle in this conversation. I appreciate everyone's contributions, but I want you to really, really analyze this. You guys should be, no matter what, presenting an average of 50-60% every single day. That means that you're doing your follow calls. That means you're reaching out. That means you're in your community. That means you're dialing for dollars. That means you're doing buyers consultations. You're doing listing consultations. You're knocking on neighborhood doors. There's no reason why you shouldn't have that number as high as 50 or 60. You also have to look at your practicing and be like, how well am I actually doing at this, right? That's why when we break it down, prospecting, closing, and presenting, the presenting is the number one most important thing that you guys will do in your career, because you could knock on 1,000 doors, but if you don't have a wonderful presentation when they open their doors, you're just going to sound like every other person. You guys have to make sure that your presentation skills are on hit right now. You have to make sure that when you're calling or an expired calls you, you know exactly how to take them through the sequence of why their house is not selling right now in this very, very competitive market, right? I think Joe Allen articulated that well. So you guys spend some time, get a homie, talk in the mirror, record yourself. But you guys, you want to get paid like a pro athlete, then you need to train like a pro athlete. If a pro athlete is putting in 50, 60 hours every single week for one game on Sunday, and their actual play time is 6 minutes on an average, you guys should be doing the same. You guys should be doing the same, because the amount of money that you guys can make is unprecedented. But once again, you guys have to do that work, because I promise you, if you guys are practicing that over and over and saying it, when you guys get on that call, you got the sense of confidence, you got some swag, you're like, ooh, I got this. When Joellen started talking, Baby J came out. And when Baby J comes out, that means that she's confident. She has some swag. She knows what where she's going in this presentation. Baby J came out. So harness your Baby J. And the only way that you're going to harness your Baby J is by being prepared, by reading your scripts, by saying them out loud. So I appreciate this conversation today. So let's do this, you guys. Let's come full circle. I want to wrap this conversation up. I want to get a couple key takeaways. Steffi, for you, key takeaway from today's session. Let's hear from you. Rakitha, we're going to come to you next. Kuhn, we're going to go to you after that. Steffi, hit me. What was one of your key takeaways from today's session together?
As a new coming agent, I would say my key takeaway is practice, practice, practice. Practice until the scripts become second nature and you don't sound stiff. So that's going to be one of my big goals to achieve.
I love it. I love it. Good stuff. I absolutely love it. Appreciate your contribution. Rakitha, let's hear from you. Rakitha, what were some of your key takeaways from today's sesh?
Same thing, practice. Practice is what's going to catapult your business. So when you're getting in front of the client, you're not practicing on them. So practice, stay consistent, and make sure to communicate and follow up.
I love it. I love it. Kuhn, let's hear from you, big dog. I know you're working out, but let's hear key takeaway from today's session.
So adding on to what they have said already, I feel like practicing is going to be one of the top keys to, you know, being successful, not stuttering while I'm like trying to communicate, trying to get everything down, you know, just connect with people and to you really follow up. Like, I think following up is going to be most important because you don't want them to forget about you in the process of, you know, like whether you're trying to get a lead or whether you're trying to get the first listing or whatever it is, following up is like the key.
Good, man. I love it. I love it. Appreciate your contribution. Sophia Barcenas, let's have you take us off the field. Let me get a key takeaway from you, Sophia, and have you take us out of the, or take us off the field, excuse me. So Sophia, let's hear from you. Sophia going once, Sophia going twice.
I'm here.
Cool. Let's hear it.
Yeah, my key takeaway is really identifying what are you putting in. You know, you can't expect different results if you're not really identifying what you're doing on a daily basis. That's something that I definitely need to work on. But in terms of, you know, taking us out of the field, just everybody focus on yourself, you know, just, you know, pour into your own cup and, you know, let's get it. Have a good week, everyone.
Let's get it. Absolutely, you guys. Make sure to, excuse me, drink your water. Make sure to fucking work out and move your ass, sweat, release some endorphins, create some dopamine, all those things that you know that working out does for you. Get out there and make no excuses. Your body deserves it. Your family deserves it. Your mind deserves it. So go out there today and move and shake some things up. Practice like a pro athlete if you want to get paid like a pro athlete. You guys, I appreciate you. By the show of hands, really quick before we head out, how many people are doing the hike with me on Wednesday? Please raise your hand. Okay, all right. We are meeting at the driveway or the parking lot at 6 a.m. The parking lot or the hike is going to start at 6:30. I don't see a lot of hands up. Alejandra, Steffi, Rakitha, where are you guys at? Griselda, Ilani, I want Darius, where are you guys at? This is Mission Peak. We're going to accomplish this mountain together.
Be there, Elias.
You have work. Okay. All right. All right. I'm going to put another reminder in Slack, but you guys, I'm going to be out there, bought my Camelback. I'm ready to go. Once again, you guys, it's not a race. This is all at your own pace, but I'm going to be there to support, to high five, and we'll take a nice group picture once we get up to the summit. So I'm looking forward to this, you guys. So no group coaching on Wednesday because we are going to be hiking our asses off. So have a wonderful, wonderful week. Be clear on what your intentions are and go out there and destroy this week. Peace and love to all of you guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.